Have you ever stopped to think about how some women our age manage to look 10 years younger just by the way they dress? You know that moment when you look in the mirror and think, wow, this outfit is not flattering me at all? Well, I discovered that there are 7 super simple wardrobe adjustments that make an absurd difference in our appearance. Today I'm going to share with you these 7 secrets that will make you eliminate years and pounds visually. And there's a specific adjustment, number 6, that is a true game changer, and that most women do exactly the opposite of what they should. Stay until the end because I promise you'll leave here knowing exactly how to transform your look. Tip 1. Wear perfectly fitted clothes without being too tight. Let's start talking about the fit of clothes, because this is fundamental. You know when you see a person and think, wow, how elegant she looks with anything. The secret isn't in the clothes themselves, it's in the perfect fit on her body. The problem is that many of us make 2 classic mistakes. Either we wear clothes that are too tight thinking we'll look thinner, or we wear clothes that are too loose thinking we'll disguise what we don't like. But the truth is that both extremes harm us. Clothes that are too tight mark all the places we don't want to highlight and create little folds where there shouldn't be any. Clothes that are too loose have the opposite effect. They leave us looking bulkier and shapeless. The solution is to find that sweet spot, pieces that glide smoothly over the body, that follow our natural silhouette without squeezing, but also without swimming. A practical tip? When trying on a garment, raise your arms, sit, move around. If you feel tension in the fabric, it's not the ideal fit. And if you're enjoying these practical tips that really work, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and activate the bell. Tip 2. Choose colors that complement your natural skin tone. Now let's talk about something that completely changes the game, the right colors for our skin tone. And look, this has nothing to do with trends. It has to do with making our face glow. Have you ever noticed how some colors make you look tired, kind of washed out, while others make your eyes sparkle and your skin get that natural glow? This is not a coincidence. Each skin tone has its friend colors and its enemy colors. The big mistake many of us make is falling in love with a color in the shop window and buying it without thinking if it suits us. We'd get home, try it on and think, why does this blouse look so dull on me? The truth is that colors that don't harmonize with our skin tone make us look older and more tired. On the other hand, the right colors illuminate the face and give us that healthy appearance. A super practical tip: do the mirror test. Place different colors near your face and observe which one makes you look more radiant. If you have a warmer skin tone, colors like coral and earth tones will favor you. If your tone is cooler, go for blues and pink tones. If you're enjoying these style tips, leave your like on the video. Your interaction helps this content reach more incredible women like you. Tip 3. Opt for V-necklines to elongate neck and torso. Let's talk about necklines now, because this is a tip that makes an impressive visual difference. The V-neckline is practically magical for us mature women. You know when you look at a photo of yourself and have the impression that your neck looks shorter? This happens a lot with very closed necklines, which create a horizontal line that visually cuts this region. The V-neckline does exactly the opposite. It creates vertical lines that elongate both the neck and torso, giving a more elegant and slender appearance. It's like an arrow pointing down, creating a more harmonious silhouette. But wait, I'm not talking about super deep necklines. A discreet V-neckline already makes all the difference. It can be that subtle little neckline of a dress shirt or the neckline of a more conservative dress. And there's more. The V-neckline is super democratic. It works well for those who have a larger bust because it doesn't mark too much, and also for those who have a smaller bust because it creates a more interesting look in the décolletage area. Tell me here in the comments, what type of neckline do you like to wear most? Tip 4. Invest in pieces with straight cuts and clean lines. Now I want to talk about something that will revolutionize the way you see your wardrobe: the importance of clean lines and straight cuts. This is one of the secrets of timeless elegance. You know those women who always look impeccable, Regardless of the occasion, they've mastered the art of clean lines. I'm talking about pieces with well-defined cuts, without many excessive details or elements that visually pollute the look. The problem with very ornate pieces is that they can add visual volume where we don't want it and even make us look older, as if we were trying too hard. Clean-lined pieces, on the other hand, leave us looking more sophisticated and youthful. Think of a well-cut dress shirt, a simple tailored blazer, straight pants without many details. These pieces are true wildcards because they respect the body's natural silhouette without adding unnecessary visual information. And here's what's interesting. Clean-lined pieces are also more versatile. A straight-cut blouse can be worn to work, to lunch with friends, or to a social occasion just by changing the accessories. If you're noticing how these tips make sense, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Tip 5. Use belts at the natural waist to define silhouette. Let's talk about an accessory that can be your best friend or your worst enemy, the belt. And the difference between using the belt in the right place or wrong is gigantic. Many of us make the mistake of wearing the belt on the hip or very low on the waist, thinking this will elongate the legs. But actually, this can visually shorten our torso and create a strange proportion in the body. The secret is to use the belt at the natural waist, which is that narrowest point of your torso, usually just below the ribs. When you position the belt there, you create a beautiful definition in the silhouette and still naturally elongate the legs. And you know what's coolest? Using the belt at the natural waist works for all body types. If you have a more defined waist, it will highlight this characteristic even more. If you have a straighter body, it will create the illusion of more waist. Practical tip: if you're not sure where your natural waist is, put your hands on your waist naturally. The place where they instinctively position themselves is where the belt should go. And have you tried wearing the belt at the natural waist? Tell us here in the comments. Tip 6. Choose fluid fabrics that glide gracefully over the body. Now we come to that adjustment I promised would be a game changer: choosing the right fabrics. And this is something most people do exactly the opposite of what they should. Many of us, especially after 40, have the tendency to choose very structured fabrics, thinking they will hold the body better. But the truth is that very hard fabrics can create an artificial look and even add volume where we don't want it. The secret lies in fluid fabrics that glide gracefully over the body. I'm talking about materials like viscose, silk, modal, or crepe. These fabrics have a natural fluidity that accompanies body movements without marking or squeezing. You know that natural elegance some women have when walking? Much of this has to do with fabric choice. Fluid fabrics move with you, creating a harmonious and sophisticated look. But attention, fluid doesn't mean transparent or clinging to the body. I'm talking about fabrics that have a beautiful drape and that create a soft and feminine silhouette. A super practical tip: when you're trying on a piece, pay attention to how the fabric behaves when you move. Does it naturally follow the movement, or does it keep marking? The answer will help you make the right choice. Tip 7. Avoid large prints, opting for discrete patterns or solid colors. Finally, let's talk about prints. And this is a tip that can completely transform your look. Very large prints can be tricky for us mature women. They tend to add visual volume, can make us look wider and still divert attention from our face, which is where we want people to look first. I'm not saying you should ban all prints from your wardrobe, but smart choice makes all the difference. Smaller, more discreet prints or simple geometric patterns can be beautiful without overloading the look. And you know what's interesting? Solid colors are your great allies. They create a clean, sophisticated look and are still super versatile. A plain piece can be combined with printed accessories, creating points of interest without exaggerating. If you love prints, use them in smaller pieces like scarves or bags, keeping the main pieces in solid colors. This way you satisfy the desire to wear prints without compromising the elegance of the look. Look at what an incredible transformation we can make with just these 7 adjustments. You don't need to spend a fortune or completely overhaul your wardrobe. Small adjustments make a gigantic difference in our appearance and self-esteem. Recapping: well-fitted clothes, colors that harmonize with you, V-necklines to elongate, clean lines to sophisticate, belts at the natural waist, fluid fabrics for elegance and discreet prints. These are adjustments any of us can make regardless of budget. The important thing is to understand that fashion after 40 is about knowing what works for you and using it to your advantage. If this video helped you, don't forget to leave your like and subscribe to the channel. And tell me here in the comments, which of these tips will you test first? In the next video, I'm going to talk about the 5 makeup mistakes that might be aging you. It's going to be unmissable, so activate the bell. If you love these tips, then what's coming now, you're simply going to fall in love with. Right here, I've left a video that's practically a manual for you to continue becoming that elegant, powerful woman who exudes confidence, presence, and that air of sophistication that everyone notices. And it doesn't stop there. There's also a complete playlist, packed with videos that will elevate your style, your image, and your self-esteem even more in a practical, accessible way without needing designer brands. Click now, because every video you watch is one more step towards becoming that woman who enchants wherever she goes. Let's continue this wonderful journey together. I'll see you now in the next video.